يا سيدي يا سيدي يا عصمة الآثم والجار، يا سيدي يا سيدي يا عصمة الآثم والجار، يا قاسم الجنة والنار، يا سيدي يا قاسم الجنة والنار.
Forced allegiance by Ali and Bani Hashim.
يا حجة لله ويا خير ولي، يا حجة لله ويا خير ولي، من فيه جاءت لا فتى إلا علي.
چرا ادعا می کنید که علی و بنی هاشم با ابوبکر بیعت نکردند، در حالی که تمامی علما نوشتند که علی، بنی هاشم و اصحاب همگی با خلیفه بیعت کردند؟
بله، ما هم میدانیم که بنی هاشم بیعت کردند، اما چه زمانی و چگونه؟ بزرگان از مورخان نوشتند که علی و بنی هاشم بعد از 6 ماه
Sayyid Sultan al-Wais in Shirazi, it is not proper for a nobleman like you to use the words that the common Shia people use. That Ali was dragged out of his house and was threatened with death if he did not swear allegiance to the then caliph. The fact is that in the first few days of the caliphate, he willingly and cheerfully accepted the caliphate of Abu Bakr.
Ali and the Bani Hashim did not take the oath of allegiance immediately. Your historians have written that Ali offered his allegiance after the demise of Hazrat Fatima. Bukhari in his Sahih, Volume 3, Chapter of Ghazwa Khaybar, page 37, and Muslim ibn Hujjaj in his Sahih, Volume 5, page 154, report that Ali offered his allegiance after Fatima's death. Some of your ulama believe that Fatima died 75 days after the Prophet's death. Ibn Qutayba also holds the same view, but most of your historians claim that she died 6 months after the Prophet died. It follows, therefore, that Ali's allegiance came sometime after 3 to 6 months of the Prophet's death. Mas'udi in his Muruj al-Dhahab, Volume 1, page 414 says, none of the Bani Hashim swore their allegiance to Abu Bakr until the death of Bibi Fatima. Ibrahim ibn Sa'd Saghafi narrates from Zuhri that Ali did not pay allegiance until 6 months after the Prophet's death, and the people did not have the courage to pressure him except after the death of Bibi Fatima. Ibn Abil Hadid in Sharh Nahjul Balagha relates the same fact. In any case, your own ulama insist that Ali's allegiance was not immediate, but came only after some time had passed, and then only when circumstances forced him to do so.
Where have our ulama said that Ali was dragged from his house and house set on fire, as is commonly believed by Shias? They narrate it with great emotion in their religious gatherings. They also excite the emotions of people by saying that Fatima was tortured and consequently suffered a miscarriage.
Ibn Abil Hadid Mu'tazili in his Sharh Nahjul Balagha, Volume 1, page 134, quoting from Jawhari's Kitab al-Saghifa, writes in detail about the affair of the Saghifa. The Bani Hashim and Ali were assembled in Ali's house. Zubair was also with them, since he considered himself one of the Bani Hashim. Ali used to say, Zubair was always with us until his sons were grown up. They turned him against us. Omar went to Fatima's house with a group of men. Usaid and Salma were also with him. Omar asked them to come out and swear allegiance. They refused. Zubair drew his sword and came out. Omar said, get hold of this dog. Salma ibn Aslam snatched the sword and threw it against the wall. Then they dragged Ali to Abu Bakr. Other Bani Hashim also followed him and were waiting to see what Ali would do. Ali was saying that he was the servant of Allah and the brother of the Holy Prophet. Nobody listened to him. They took him to Abu Bakr, who asked him to take the oath of allegiance to him. Ali said, I am the most deserving person for this position, and I will not pay allegiance to you. It is incumbent upon you to pay allegiance to me. You took this right from the Ansar based on your relationship with the Prophet. I also, on the same ground, protest against you. So be just. If you fear Allah, accept my right, as the Ansar did yours. Otherwise, you should acknowledge that you are intentionally oppressing me. Omar said, "We will not leave you until you swear allegiance." Ali said, "You have conspired well together. Today you support him so that tomorrow he may return the caliphate to you. I swear by Allah that I will not comply with your request and will not take the oath of allegiance to Abu Bakr. He should pay allegiance to me." Then he turned his face toward the people and said, "O Muhajirs, fear Allah. Do not take away the right of authority of Muhammad's family. That right has been ordained by Allah. Do not remove the rightful person from his place. By Allah, we, the Ahlul Bayt, have greater authority in this matter than you have. There is a man among you who has the knowledge of the Book of Allah, the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet, and the laws of your religion. I swear by Allah that we possess all these things. So do not follow yourselves, lest you should stray from the truth." Ali returned home without offering allegiance and secluded himself in his house until Fatima died. Thereafter, he was forced to offer allegiance.
These narrations show only that they brought torches to frighten and disperse the opponents of the caliphate. It is a concocted Shia version to say that Ali's house was set on fire and that Fatima miscarried as a result.
You should read Kitab Isbat al-Wasiya, compiled by Abul Hassan Ali ibn Hussein Mas'udi, the author of Muruj al-Dhahab. He wrote in great detail about the events of that day. They surrounded Ali and burned the door of his house. They dragged him out of the house and pressed the best of the women, Fatima, between the door and the wall so forcefully that Muhsin, her unborn son, died of miscarriage. The Shias have not concocted these things. What occurred has been preserved in the pages of history. The miscarriage is a fact.
Allahumma salli